you and your team are very strategic about advertising, you have a way to advertise so that it attracts a lot of parents and students to come to my school. And the way that you, if they're not enrolling right now, you have a way of retargeting them, meaning giving them second offers, third offers until they say, oh, finally, this offer fits me. Now I want to go, right? It's not like just one offer and they're not interested and we leave them. No, but you have a strategy in re-inviting them again and again until they decide to come. So I think that's amazing.
All right, awesome. Well, Lita, I think one of the exciting parts to be working with you, honestly, when I saw you first coming in and I checked out your videos about who you are and what you do for the world overall, really made me like light up. So could you just tell us a little bit about yourself, like your background, your story?
Yeah, my name is Lita Tevediko, and I've been singing since I was 12 years old, actually, because I won a national singing competition and my life changed ever since then. I became a professional singer, performing in concerts, TV shows, went to radio interviews on magazines, and I was working since then, and I was a TV host, so always performing. And then when I grew older, I became a TV producer and also a vocal coach. After graduating from NYU in music technology and also UCLA in music business. So I started my school called World Star Academy to share my love for singing. And I want every kid in the world to sing because singing changed my life. When I was really young, I was really shy and my grades were really bad. So after I became a professional singer, I learned to be more confident because I had to sing on stage. I became more responsible. So ever since then, my grades became better and better. And by the time before singing in grade one, I failed grade one. But after singing, as I graduated high school, I got a 4.0. So I got into a top university in music and graduated with great honors called magna cum laude from NYU in 2.5 years. So that completely changed my life. Singing made me become more confident and made me become responsible, made me believe in myself. And so I started World Star Academy, a performing arts academy, because I wanted to transform every kid from from being shy or not believing themselves to becoming
Mhm,
confident. I did this for 15 years and it has always been very successful in Thailand.
mhm.
And I also TV shows, singing competitions on national TV, somewhat like American Idol or X Factor in my country, and the winner would become a recording artist. And so recently, I moved to Los Angeles because I thought that the work that I'm doing back in Asia was very successful, and I have taught many students who have become world famous. They're K-pop idols in NCT and Baby Monster and a few other girl groups and boy bands. So I thought that coming here to Los Angeles, which is this entertainment city of the world, to help more kids become world famous, to achieve their dreams, and to help any kid, who loves singing, dance, and acting and modeling to build their talents and self-confidence. And so here I am in LA. And that's when I met Lana of On
Oh.
Tap Digital. Yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit more. So you saw something in social media, right? Is that how that got started? And then we've got in
Yes.
touch. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
what was your journey? How did you feel about
Mm-hmm.
that?
Yeah. So coming here to LA at first, I didn't know if what I was doing back in Asia, which was very successful, would work here, right?
Mhm.
So I started World Star Academy in Burbank and Brea in Orange County for 2 months. And I was doing everything by myself. I was teaching singing. I had dance coaches. We did modeling. We did events. And then I was doing marketing all by myself. I was doing the calling of the parents, scheduling, advertising, posting on social media, and running the classes all by myself with the help of one staff.
Yeah.
So I felt very overwhelmed. Yeah.
And how many hours would it normally take you a week?
Wow. I think it took me about 12 to 15 hours a day,
A
7 days
day.
a week. So I
Hmm.
didn't have any holiday. I worked
Yes.
really hard.
Pretty
Yeah.
pretty normal though. Like I find the majority of like kind of in our business, studio owners and people of that sort, we all work like tend to have
Mhm.
very long hours in work, and
Yeah.
it seems to be at some stage, and for many it seems to be very hard to remove themselves from the activities they are doing. They are attached to it already, and they think, how
Mhm.
can I give it to someone else? But I think you are one of those brave souls, but also with all of your experience in the past, and you have been managing really big teams from what I know, you kind of
Mhm.
very quickly made the decision to step in
Yeah.
and let someone else to do the marketing for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So I was, looking for a company to help me with the marketing. And honestly, I talked to about 10 companies before I decided to work with you,
Oh,
Lana.
wow. 10 is a lot.
Yeah. I was looking for a company who actually understands my business, which is kind of like the dance studio, the performing arts studio business, and who I feel connect with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw your ad came up, and so I clicked. I put down my name, my phone number, and my email. And right away, you contacted me back. You messaged me right away. So I talked back. I remember that at that time it was around my 1 a.m. time.
Mm-hmm. I thought that's
But I
really
was
weird because it's so late. But since I'm in Australia,
yeah.
I was awake and I was like, oh, well, it works for me. If it works for someone on the other end, I probably can talk still.
And
Mm-hmm.
on that day, I was at the brink of like, I need someone desperately to help me with this. I can't be, calling 100 parents a day, asking if they're coming to class or not. So at that moment when you messaged me, I messaged back and we started talking and I'm like, are you the owner of the company? And you're like, yes, I am. So I'm like, wow, you're talking to me directly. I'm talking to the owner. And I feel like I'm talking to someone who's an expert and who really cares about my business and who knows exactly what needs to be done and how to help me. And I said, Lana, let's do it. And I told you, right, that I'm going to get my finances ready. And the next day I got it ready. Like, let's sign the deal and start working right now.
Yes, it's amazing how I find that the quick decision, like it's my personal opinion, the quick decision making in many cases is very helpful. There are a lot of people who are just sitting on the fence, and sometimes they do it for years, like trying to decide whether they should step forward or they shouldn't, they should try, and all of that. So yes, it was so quick, and as soon as you kind of sorted everything, so how long did it take us to actually shows the
Mhm.
results and do something about the campaigns? Yeah, what was your experience?
Yes. After I sent all my data, my photos, my videos, which was probably the next 1 or 2 days, within 1 week, you had everything set up very quickly and you started doing ads for me. And the best part was I didn't have to do anything anymore concerning doing the ads or calling the parents or anything like that, which gives me back a lot of my free time to do other things that I need to be doing, like creating new programs, expanding my business, something that nobody else could do for me, right? Or even filming myself, the singing techniques that I want to share online. So I got those time back to be able to take time to do more planning, do more finance, and film more videos. And I think within the next 2 weeks, we got students rolling in right away. And they came already paid. They showed up and they took classes, and that's it. students started rolling in, and within 1 month, I had 30 new students, which was amazing, right? So the first amazing part was that I didn't have to do any of that anymore. The part of the job that I didn't want to do,
Yeah, I know. It's
right?
a lot
That part,
overall, but yeah.
yeah. And the second biggest thing for me was that you'd help decrease my marketing budget. So let's say if I used to spend like $100 on my monthly advertising on Facebook or Instagram, you help decrease it by 50% and still get the same number of students
Same
that I was
result.
expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you help me save on my budget, right? So you save me time, you save me money, and you help me increase money, right? And
Yeah.
increase students right away.
Thank you for sharing that. I should admit that your area is really good and is exceptional. And you moved to LA, which is such a right place for what you do. Of course, your personality also helps us to attract. That's why I wanted you to share your story before going into the details, because you're already like kind of established and famous. That also plays a big role. I should admit that. But overall, we see like so far we've been working for about 2 months, and we've done about 70 sales so far for 70 new people who
Ye-
actually paid
Yes,
money, scheduled
yes.
themselves. They're gonna come for sure because they already paid, and they will show up at the door. And from your side, the job of someone who takes them in, it's going to be much easier because all you have to do is show them what you do.
Exactly. So first month, 30 students, right? Second month, total now 70 students. That's amazing. Aside from that, we have, I think, over 200 leads. Those are the people who are interested but not ready to come or pay today. Doesn't mean that they're not gonna come.
Exactly.
They are already interested. So that means that I will have even more students from what we've already advertised. And we keep on advertising so more and more people will come.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for confirming that, because sometimes like people look like, what, these are leads, they have not converted. And we see those conversions with our long-term clients who we work like for 5 years plus. We would launch a campaign and we would see the conversions from someone who signed up initially 5 years. It took them to actually prepare. Some of them will take several months, but you are so correct. It's invaluable to also grow your database and overall presence in the area so that people know who you are, they know your face, like they becoming more acquainted and grow the awareness. But beside the awareness, because so many do just the awareness does not cut through. We also need to see the conversions, and that's kind of a part of what we do different from the other companies. And yeah, thank you for confirming. That's really great.
And more than that is that you and your team are very strategic about advertising. You have a way to advertise so that it attracts a lot of parents and students to come to my school. And the way that you, if they're not enrolling right now, you have a way of retargeting them, meaning giving them second offers, third offers until they say, oh, finally, this offer fits me. Now I want to go, right? It's not like just one offer and they're not interested and we leave them. No, but you have a strategy in re-inviting them again and again until they decide to come. So I think that's amazing.
I call it 1000 micro conversion events, because I think we've put strategically over the years, by testing different things, we've put, aside from offers, we've put so many different little things in place that help that conversion rates become way high compared to normal companies who usually generate leads. The conversion rates struggle big time. That's totally true. It's a challenge. It's a challenge for many, but that's what we work through. Plus, training our staff to how to actually talk to these people, how to make phone calls so that our clients do not have to do any of that. A lot of clients confirm that it's fantastic and reduce their work time.
Yes, and you and your team are like right there for me all the time. Whenever I text your team or yourself, right, you would respond to me right away because sometimes there are emergency cases where like somebody appeared and I'm not really sure if they paid or not, and I have questions which I need to be answered right away, your team is right there for me. So I feel really supported. Throughout working with you, I feel very happy, as if, you're right there with me, but you're not. But I feel like right there, always supporting me when I need you and your team.
Oh, that's really great. Thanks for your feedback as well, because yes, we do have one of the policies on communication and how fast we want to be. Overall, that's a part of lead generation business, but we do the same within our team members, and we do the same with our clients, which kind of, yes, is just a part of our values. Thank you. And what would you say to someone, like, let's say there are a lot of owners who probably will watch this video, business owners who just be on the fence trying to decide whether they should engage with our services. What would you say to someone like that?
Okay, so myself, I have been doing the Performing Arts Academy business and the entertainment business for like 15 years now, and have been very successful. And back in Thailand, I did the marketing myself, the planning, the strategies, the advertising, the TV commercial productions, and the social media advertising. But I had a team to work on it, right? And I hired a lot of people. So I know who knows their advertising and who does not. So once I speak to Lana about her strategies and her ideas, I know right away that she's the real deal. That's why I made the decision very quickly, because I've been through all the processes. I know exactly what works and what doesn't, but I don't have the time to do it myself. And instead of hiring a staff, a full-time staff to be at my company to work on this, sometimes they are not that experienced, right? And the pay is high and you need to take care of them and give them all the benefits. And if they're not the right person, you had to like dismiss them, you have to go through all this headache. It's just so not worth it. But to hire someone who's professional, who's experienced and has a very specific know-how in this is really hard to find. So once you find them, you gotta trust them in what they've done before, because this is all Lana and her team does, right? They're so experienced in advertising and doing marketing, closing sales for dance and fitness and yoga studios that they know it so well. Even I have done it before. I don't have the time to know the little details of the work as much as you do, because this is what you're focused on. So for me, it's really, really worth it to work with OnTap Digital, because they know their thing. And it's gonna help you increase the sales immediately. Within a month, you will see results. There's nothing to lose at all. The loss is if you don't hire them. That's gonna be your loss.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. I just always try to say that to business owners. Even if you hired one person, my perspective, it's currently we have me as a marketing strategist and like overall looking after things. We have a customer success manager, we have appointment setters, we have technical specialists, we have media buy in place. Like, if you wanted to hire one person, it's literally impossible for a human being to know all of these areas, because each of them is a separate profession. Unfortunately, some
Yes.
people just think it's marketing, but it's so divided, and somebody to know sales and ads in the same time, it's really, really challenging. Of course, as some of the business owners, by the time like they learn a lot of things, but then, like you said, you have to teach everything to the new person, and you don't even know like how long the relationships are going to last, and you're investing a lot of your time, a lot of the energy. So sometimes, like from my perspective, what we do makes way better sense in financially and strategically and time-wise. So thank you for confirming these things.
If I didn't have you, I would have to hire at least 3 people to do the job. And we don't even know if these 3 people are right for the job, right? And to train them, all the time wasted. And when they're the right person, they're with you, they know everything, and they leave to another company, and then all the time wasted. And you start
Yeah.
over.
That's
Right?
exactly. I'm a former studio owner, so I'm coming from the background of having that perspective. But how I also look at things is it's just a little bit too difficult, because when I was doing it for myself, even though I was a marketer, things are changing so quickly, because currently we are doing it for many at the same time, and we can see what is changing, and we find new strategies, and we always find new angles. So kind of when people come to us as a client, they already get all this knowledge packed up by the experience of the others. But when I was by myself doing my marketing, it was such a struggle. Even though I knew everything, it was just a struggle for me to know, am I doing it right? Is there a better way? Like my KPIs. There was so many questions in my head. So kind of, yeah, thanks for confirming that. That's really appreciated. Well, overall, thank you so much for your time today. And
No, I have to thank you, for helping my business grow and taking off, a lot of job from my hands that I didn't want to do and help me focus on the things that I love, which is teaching. Right? Thank you so much. I really appreciate you and your team. It has been so wonderful. You've made me so happy, working with you and your team. Everybody's so nice. Thank you so much.
thank you, Lita.